Welcome back. In studio once again, Ray Sigurdson and Matt Peck representing the Lakeland Rustlers for their food drive this Friday evening against the Grand Prairie Wolves. One non-perishable food item will get you into the game for free. And as we established before, you can certainly feel free to bring extra donations if you'd like. Should be a nice rowdy atmosphere. Just to quickly talk the kind of on-court portion, it is kind of a big weekend for both your teams because Grand Prairie is a team that's played the women tough, and for the men, if you can beat Grand Prairie, you essentially sink a team that's chasing you in the standings.
Oh, for sure. It's probably the biggest weekend of the season for us. We see them as a team that we should beat, but we also need to beat. And so certainly our guys are focusing on this weekend as a really big one for us.
And this also coincides not only with a big weekend for both these teams, but it's also makes some noise for Mental Health Weekend. And in a way, you're hopefully getting a bigger audience to participate in that campaign, which has been a big part of the ACAC over the past couple of years.
Yeah, it's also super nice that it's one of our home weekends. We find that when we have home weekends, when we play at home Friday and Saturday, we have a lot more fans out, mostly parents of a lot of the girls or guys that are farther away. They usually come out for this weekend because then it's easy for them to be there for a home game on Friday and Saturday. So
yeah, and that Mental Health Weekend, it's a big one on the calendar for us as well every year. I think certainly student athletes, there's a lot of student athletes who go through troubles with mental health. And any way we can support and make some noise, that's their campaign, make some noise for mental health. Any way we can support that as well, that's a big one for us too.
Yeah. Have you guys either had any interactions with people who have benefited from mental health campaigns or seen the impact that just even people reaching out to other people, you kind of seen the impact that's had on friends and family, that kind of thing?
I think you find just the week leading up and the week after, it's just such a common topic for people to be talking about. I've certainly found some people are much more open to tap me on the shoulder and say, hey Matt, can we talk about something? Or people will be much more willing to open up when it's such a big topic of discussion. So I for sure noticed a huge benefit from this week.
I think it's also a conversation that's not always had, and bringing awareness to that is a super big thing because we don't talk about it all the time every day in our everyday lives, and I think it's an awareness that needs to be brought up and said, and people need to know that they're being supported.
Absolutely, and hopefully that's something that as a society has kind of changed over the past decade or so around this topic. Likely we'll see more growth moving forward. Now, it's not the only charitable effort or community volunteering effort that you guys have left for the rest of the year. So Matt, I know you guys were talking about possibly giving away blood at the end of the year.
Yeah, we the same as the girls, we look to try and do two things for the community each year, as well as our volunteering time with our coaching. One of the big ones we decided when we sat down at the start of the year was we wanted to give blood as a team at some point this year. And so we're looking postseason to go as a men's team and go and give blood, which it's a real passionate cause for us. It was a lot of the guys really, really wanted to do that. And so we're really looking forward, once the season's done and we can relax a little bit, go and give some blood.
Yeah, I know, just really quickly if you can, what sparked that idea initially for you?
We just had a couple guys bring it up as something that their families had always done. And as soon as the topic came of interest, everyone agreed straight away. It was a real passionate conversation. It wasn't one that we'd had before as a team. And Taylor, our coach, was all behind it as well.
Perfect. Now, less than 30 seconds to go, Ray, is there any particular non-perishable food items that are recommended that people bring, if anything stands out to you off the top of your head?
Not really off the top of my head. When I talked to the Salvation Army this past week when we were figuring out boxes and stuff like that, they said really anything helps.
Perfect. There you go, folks. Anything helps in any way you can bring and donate. Hope to see you out there. That's tomorrow night, 6 p.m. against the Grand Prairie Wolves. We'll have more on Primetime Local News.